for the next round, Jordan, since you're going to go first next, which one do you want to do? Do you want to go draft crushes or free agent targets?
I want to do draft crushes, then we'll jump over to free agents. No, actually,
Oh,
free agency will happen first. Let's do that.
Yeah.
okay. Free agency opens March 17th.
Yeah.
So there are some top free agent targets. Let's do this time. I want to do something different. Let's give me your whole list,
Okay.
Okay.
and then we
All
can
right.
just go on. So Jordan, you'll start, and then we'll go to Connor, and then me to close it out.
I have a list of 5 and then 2 honorable mention players. So my
Go for
2
it.
honorable mentions were Kalichi Osemele, and I had Alden Smith as an honorable mention.
Mizzou
okay.
made.
Now, yes. So my 5, Will Fuller, which I think he's going to price himself out of the Chiefs market, and I also think that he's not very reliable. So I'm a little on that one.
Basically, fast Sammy Watkins.
Yes, fast Sammy.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's kind of like a Sammy Watkins situation. So I have Richard Sherman after that. He mentions he wants to play for a winner, but I'm also worried about the price tag there. T.Y. Hilton, I'm a little bit worried about the price tag there, and he's been bitten by the injury bug. Xavier Rhodes, I think he had a redemption season, and I think he would be interesting because he was like a train wreck in 2019. He was not good at all. And then I think Ronald Darby would be somewhat interesting, and I don't think he would cost a ton. And the Chiefs don't have a huge need at corner, but I think that restocking with one guy, if they don't bring back, I guess I could have put Bashad Breeland. He could have been one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you went a lot of defense on that side of the ball, which I think is
You
something
mentioned
that is
only
is
at
very
the
interesting.
end. Only at the end did you mention a name on my list, Breland.
Yeah.
So Connor, who do you have for your list then?
At 5, I had a few Chiefs re-signings I would like to see. Breland is one. I don't think he'll be too expensive. I mean, he might be going up from $2 million on a 1 year to like a 210 or something. But I think that's a good enough value that you want to bring him back because he knows the system. And actually, I'm shocked. I've gotten convinced by PFF recently. I think the Chiefs should bring back Austin Ryder.
Wow.
He's going to be cheap at center. He's great at pass blocking. He's just not great at run blocking, but with better guards around him, I think he'll look better too. He knows the system already. It seems like Patrick Mahomes really likes him. He gels with him. I think that would be a nice play so they don't have to actually go for a center in the draft. And that would fill that spot. Number 4 is a name some people might know, but Jaquiski Tart, the 49ers safety. Bring him in to play the third safety. He missed a few games last year, but he has all the tools to play that Daniel Sorensen role at a better clip as a better player. So I think he'd be a nice value add because he might get lost in the shuffle of free agency. Number 3 is the one me and Tucker have talked about. And the only reason it's 3 is because it's going to cost a lot. Allen Robinson would be the dream X wide receiver. Yeah. And I am fine with the price tag. They would still have to make it work by trimming some fat elsewhere. But they can definitely front load his deal or backload his deal if they want and kind of play around with his cap hits in the later years. But just making it work right now in order to get that actually good wide receiver 2 would be a huge boon. Somebody who would be cheaper than him, my number 2, who could play X, he'd be a smaller X, but I think he can do it, is Curtis Samuel.
I almost had him.
Who had a really good 2020, but he's probably going to be pushed out of Carolina just because they like Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, and he might want to have a bigger role elsewhere. While he would still be the third wide receiver here, the volume of the Chiefs offense and the nature of his role would be different, and he would have more snaps. I think he'd be a good value add at I think he'd be like $8 million a year they've been projecting. So that's not too bad. My number 1 is actually a player Chiefs fans saw this year destroy the Chiefs and would be a perfect fit at defensive end. I definitely want them to look at Trey Hendrickson in free agency.
Oh, wow.
He fits the Spags mold. He's got strong, long arms. He's a power player, smart dude. And you're kind of betting on his one breakout year this year, but he's been trending up over his whole career. So if they can snag him at a good 10, 12 mil a year, he can be He can be the starting defensive end easily, even if Frank Clark's gone in like a year or two, because they cut him. So I think I really want them to look at Trey Hendrickson. It would solve edge immediately, so they don't have to look at it early in the draft. So that's kind of who I want them really to target.
I like it. I like it a lot. You guys in your list used a lot of common sense and logic and numbers and like money. I didn't do that in any of my lists. I just looked up who's a free agent and I said that would be fun if they were on the Chiefs. So that's what I did. And at number 5, I've got Allen Robinson because man, that would be fun. Yeah, that's right.
If Allen Robinson is your number 5, I want to hear these next 4. Good.
Number 1, yeah. Dak Prescott, trade Mahomes.
That's a backup quarterback. He's Dak Prescott as backup.
Oh my God. Okay, number 4.
Chris Godwin, another good receiver that I would like to see the Chiefs get to play with with Patrick Mahomes. Number 3 is Brandon Scherf. I think that he'd be a really good guard in this system, as you guys mentioned with Austin Ryder. If he chooses to come back, having good guards around him would be good. And number 2, Trent Williams. You gotta shore up the outsides, and what better to shore up the outsides with than Trent Williams? Dude's a stud. And number 1, he's the guy that kind of tore up the Chiefs this year on the defensive side of the ball at the edge position.
Shaq Barrett.
It's Shaq Barrett.
Oh my! So the Chiefs are going to sign Shaq Barrett, Brandon Scherf. They're going to trade for Orlando Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to sign Trent Williams. They're going to extend Tyrann Mathieu to make up the difference, and then they're also going to sign Allen Robinson to top it all off.
Yep. Listen, the cap's not real. None of it is actually matter. Money is a figment of our imagination. Everything's a social construct, so it doesn't matter. The Chiefs just need to pull all the strings necessary so they can get Shaq Barrett. Imagine that defensive line with Shaq Barrett and Frank Clark on both sides. Oh, and Chris Jones in the middle. Stop it. It would be too good. Too good.